Hey everyone, welcome back to my Liquid Chrome Nails channel. So today we are doing a little watch me work tutorial. So I'm removing the stones off my old set. If you want to go to my Liquid Chrome Nails Instagram page, you will see the pictures of that set when it was fresh. There were a few stones on it, so I'm removing them with an old pair of nippers. You'll see that my hands are a bit tore up here. That's nothing to do with the nails and everything to do with some eczema that I really quite enjoy picking at, apparently. So, that being said, that's usually my only edit on these pictures is straightening out cuticles. This is my orange crush bit from Atwood Industries, and I'm using my Medicool 35K. I'm also using it at a really high speed right here. I'm not showing you the entire removal because it's kind of a boring thing to watch. But I am showing you a little bit of it. I do have a clear base under this, so I'm bringing it down to the clear base so I can rebuild. I'm not fully filling these nails. I'm simply changing out the design this time. These ones haven't been on long, so they didn't really need backfill, just a little shape change because I hit them with my own file, and a new design, which was inspired by Tabitha Scott. She has a YouTube channel here. She also has a beautiful Instagram. You really should check her out. I totally got my inspiration from her. And if you go to her post and look, she actually got her inspiration from someone else. And I can't remember who that someone else was, but she did post it. So you can go ahead and look at that if you'd like. So again, this is sped up. I didn't want everybody to get too bored, so I just brought in a little bit of the removal. Sometimes I find it hard to stay in focus too with the removal. I do come in after with my cuticle bit and go through the cuticles. I didn't show that here, but I do that. I've got some heavy cuticle on a couple of fingers. Just from where my file hits them, it's gotten bigger over the years, thicker. This is my Glitterbels number 12 brush. And I'm coming in with my Ugly Duckling Premium Acrylic and my Foo Pink Cover Powder. So if you haven't bought any Glitterbels products yet, you can go to the Nail Throne website and purchase Glitterbels right here in Canada from Sarah. You can use a discount code Liquid Chrome for 10% off. If you haven't used their acrylic brush, or if you haven't used their no wipe top coat, I highly recommend you get yourself some. The no wipe top coat is extremely shiny. I love the wear on it. This brush has become my ultimate favorite, and their colored acrylics and core acrylics are beautiful, really beautiful. I'm kind of getting my collection. But in the meantime, I really love this Foo Pink from Ugly Duckling, and this is the line that I do use for the most part on my clients right now. At some point, I would like to switch to the Glitterbels, but I want to ride through this Ugly Duckling first. I kind of only have used a couple on clients, a couple of different brands. Throughout my years of doing nails, I don't switch easily. So I'm going to stick with this for right now, but the Glitterbels is beautiful. I can certainly say that. So I'm not sure what happened here, but as I was doing this nail, I realized that I was using like 800 pearls of product and it still wasn't doing what I wanted. Anyhow, the application wasn't overly smooth. I filed it into submission, as I think we all do. There's something about applying to yourself sometimes that just goes a little bit astray. Plus, these are really long, but it went on well in the end. Again, this is sped up. I don't show you the whole thing because it is very repetitive. I'm putting this Foo Pink on the entire set. I still have a layer of clear under this, so when I want to remove it, if I want to do a different design next time, that will be okay. I've done my filing off camera because it's seriously hard to stay in focus. So this is Ugly Duckling number 31, I believe. It's a really pretty neon hot pink. My Paints White 101, love that. My Black 101, these are the black and white that I draw with 100% of the time. my neon. It's really pretty. It goes really well over this. It's 135 from Ugly Duckling. I've started putting the two together. This is number 39, which is a client favorite. People really love it. If you're looking for an equivalent, I just got mint chocolate chip, I believe it's called, from Glitterbels. Can't wait to try it. It looks just a little bit darker than this. And you can use the liquid chrome code for 10% off that as well. So I am either flash curing or curing between each one of these coats just because I don't want to hit it. I wanted the coats to go on quite perfectly. So I was really trying to be really careful. So most of these I'm just flash curing and then I do a full cure at the end. So if I don't mention that again throughout, that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of flash curing and I am fully curing. When I started this video, I've gotten this down to about 16.5 minutes. When I put all this footage in, it was almost 2 hours long. So I've really cut a lot of the footage down and sped some of it up just so that you wouldn't be bored. So I do these colors and I come in and paint the thumb white, and I'm actually painting it with the white 101. I use it for both nail art and full coverage white. So these are the base colors that I've decided to go with. Off to my left, where you can't see, but I have my iPad sitting there, and I'm going from Tabitha Scott's pop art picture on Instagram, as well as another pop art picture that I just found from following the pop art hashtag. So I'm putting the neon yellow over the number 135. This just seems to be how it works the best. And then I believe I've left this part out, but I actually come through with my matte, my Ugly Duckling matte top coat, because I find that the easiest to draw art over is the matte top coat. It really works nicely. Cure it on really well. I usually cure it maybe a couple times. I allow it to cool. I find that makes a difference. I allow it to cool, and then I wipe it with acetone, not just alcohol. And then I allow that to completely evaporate, and then drawing on that is like a dream. So I'm coming in with the same hot pink that I have done my painting with, and I'm just forming these drips. So I've used my daughter tool, which I've simply purchased from either eBay or Amazon. I had a ton of them at one time, and I literally only use one now, the one that you see me using here. But I had gone in with it. And then I'm making my drips, joining them together a little bit, making them flow nicely. I've kind of decided to come in on either side with a little bit of a drip there just to finish it off. And then I do bring down the left-hand drip just a little bit, just to even things out. So I'm coming in here with my, what would you call them? My shine marks? My reflection marks. So I'm using the Selena Ryden swirly brush. I'm using the Ugly Duckling Detailer number 2 brush, and I'm using the Selena Ryden Light Elegance stripey brush. Those are the main brushes that I'm using. Again, my eBay, probably eBay, because I've had it for a long time and I used to order quite a bit off of eBay for this sort of thing. So that's likely where this is from, if I had to guess. This has a really small daughter on one side and this larger one on the other side, so I use this for absolutely everything. I'd like to get another set. I need to look into that. And again, don't forget flash curing. I don't want anything to run. Coming in with my silicone tool and wiping that off there, I didn't like where that ended up. And I started in here in another clip. I did delete it, but I did want to touch on it. I started doing my lines with the aqua color, and I decided I didn't like it over the purple. It didn't show through a good color. It wasn't cute. It didn't flow. I didn't like it. So I wiped that off and, whoops, I'm a little out of focus. So I wiped that off and I went with the white. I really like stripes like this, especially at Halloween. It's very Beetlejuice. I like it. This design actually took a little bit to think of. I started out with something else, wiped it off, and kind of came in with this, making my dots a little bit bigger and then a little bit smaller as I went, and just kind of winging it, which is pretty typical for me with nail art. Some people plan nail art, some people don't. I don't. I get a general plan. Like I have pictures on my iPad beside me, like I mentioned, but I don't, some people plan it on paper. I wish I could. I change my mind too much. So this is the stripey brush, the Selena Ride and Light Elegance set. If you don't have a good striper brush, I do recommend this one. It's really, really nice. I think CanWest still carries them. I'm sure there's other distributors that do as well, but I do really like these brushes. They did a really nice job on them. So I'm just kind of doing out some shapes here. I feel like in the early 90s, there was like a table and chair dining room set that looked a lot like this. The chairs are kind of flashing through my head. I wish I could find a picture of them, but anyhow. This set was a lot of fun. I didn't expect this to be, I went in to film. I have days that I film on, and sometimes when I get to the salon and I'm ready to film, I think, oh God, I can't do it today. I don't feel creative. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to make the best out of this. And I kind of felt that way when I went in to film this, and man, it worked. I kind of drank my coffee and looked through Instagram for a bit and kind of muddled around, and then these just, bam, I really love these. Really loved them more than I was expecting. Again, I'm flash curing through this, don't forget, because I want those lines to be crisp. And this is, I believe, it's definitely a Selena Ride and Light Elegance brush, but I believe it's the swirly brush. And I'm using it to line with my Fusion Paints Black 101. Just outlining the white. And if you look on Tabitha, she has a whole hand of this. Like she does one hand with different ones and one hand with this. Love that. Love, love, love that. I think that's really great. The silicone tool is great for just coming in and wiping things this way. I don't particularly like that tool for cleaning up cuticles though. It's too soft. I had a tougher one, but I tore it all to pieces just from use. Like I've been using it for ages. So now I'm coming in with my detailer too because it's a little thicker and a little stiffer. And I'm coming around my outside edge. I really love the look that this gave. I really do. So while I was doing my finish filing, I did come in with a light buffer and buffed the sides because I find my tougher files sometimes, oh, I went out of focus. The tougher files sometimes leave some grit marks. So I did come through, I did pre-plan this finger. This was the most pre-planning. And I did come through and buff that with the buffer. It sometimes can make your gel polish a little bit chippy on acrylic. I'm willing to take that risk. So now I come in with that same swirly brush and outline the drip. And I also put a few reflections in the drip as well. The picture I had been looking at for inspiration had them, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I really like that nail with the drips because I really like the pink and the neon yellow. I thought that was really neat. This set truly is one of my favorites. I never thought I'd be a fan of Popart, but here we are. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please head over there and take a look. I've been trying to do a little bit more with Instagram lately. Sometimes it's hard to remember to take pictures. That's me. So I will have a list of quite a few things that I've used here in the description box, but if you have any questions at all, any questions at all, I would love for you to ask them. I'm more than willing to answer. I do give nail art and nail structure, acrylic nail structure workshops locally if you happen to be in my neck of the woods in New Brunswick. So this is gummy jelly, and I'm using this to attach some stones that aren't real. I don't know how else to say that. They're not the anyway, they're not real stones. I'm not going to be able to say that today. But I do have some coming, so that's super exciting because I've never actually ordered the true stone, like a full collection of the true stones, and I just made a really big order, so that's super cool. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you are able to view some of my other videos and take something from them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.